Okay, this episode I feel like is so cursed. This is my third attempt at filming this. I literally just went through like 10 minutes of filming and I noticed my microphone wasn't up. So now, take three for episode two. We're gonna get this done. There's a lot to discuss. I actually have my shipment for week three, which is like the last week of May's comics, and I want to talk about that for sure. But I want to get through week two because I promised to review, I promised the haul, and I gave nothing. So bear with me. We're gonna get through my 2 weeks ago, I guess, or last week's haul. First, I want to talk about some collected editions I got real quick. I completed my volume one of the Absolute books. It's been a while since I read them. It probably feels like a while for all of us as well because these are like in issue 15 and all sorts of that. So, yeah, got Absolute Flash and Absolute Green Lantern hardcovers. Can't get enough for hardcovers. I personally prefer them. Just they're so much more durable than a trade paperback. As you can see, it adds up to my collection here, and I'm trying to work through it before I buy more because there's just so many that I have to read through. So excited to get more once I get through that collection in the back. But I have to get through this big boy, which recently got restocked, and that's Dawn of X issue number one. You can see this one's big, thick. Excited for this. I personally thought this was the beginning of Krakoa, but apparently I have to read Powers of X and House of X. I think that's what it's called. Once I get through that, I can get into this book. But the other one is hard to get in collected edition, so I might have to dig through my online collection or like see if Comixology I think has a discount, and I'll get caught up in that, and then I can read this. So that was pretty much it for collected editions. Um, I wanted to also discuss a comic book signing I went to last week. So I'm actually blessed enough to live by Third Eye Comics, which is in Maryland. It's kind of an hour drive, maybe 30 minutes, depending on the day. And they had a signing. It was a mega signing from Pornsak, who's the writer of Absolute Green Arrow. Sanford Green, who's done some work for Marvel and DC, was there. And then Mark and Matt Rosenberg and Andrew McDonald. So 5 people were there. They were promoting their books. Mark and Matt were promoting If Destruction Be Our Lot, and Pornsak was obviously promoting Absolute Green Arrow with Sanford Green, who actually did the variant cover for my store. So that's the reason why he was there. But I managed to get some cool signatures on some of his items as well because I'm a huge fan. He just, he does it. He's on his top of his game, and he teased some things here and there. He said he's going to be working with Scott Snyder soon, so be on the lookout for that. I'm assuming it's probably going to be an Image book. But yeah, exciting news. So just wanted to show you what I got signed from them. And then we can discuss some of my Absolute Batman variants that I got over the weekend. And then we can talk about the comics. So I'll make this quick. From Sanford, I got Better Root Volume 1. I got this signed by him. This is a collaboration between him and F. David Walker, or David F. Walker. So they were the creative team behind Power Man and Iron Fist, and that used to be a series from Marvel back in like 10 years ago, I think, at this point. But yeah, super cool. You can see Sanford's art right here, and I just love the way he does the inking. The colorings work super great. I love his facial expressions. So excited to read this. And that's Bitter Root, Volume 1. And then I got this signed by Matt Rosenberg, which is Spawn 375, his first official story. Even though it's like 4 pages, it's his first official story. I discussed this, I believe, or maybe I didn't review it, but I'm excited. I actually read King Spawn, his like first official issue, and that really got me excited. But good beginning. And then I got this signed by Pornsak. This is the regular cover for Absolute Green Arrow. I got this variant signed by both Pornsak and Sanford Green. This is the exclusive Third Eye Comics variant, which is dope. You see Dinah on the cover. Just love this art, or the cover. And then I got this other variant for Absolute Green Arrow. Unfortunately, it kind of got smudged because I was so quick to put it on, like, underneath the comic. So it got smudged, but regardless, it's a copy for me, personal. And I know what I had to stand in line for to get this, so I don't mind. I enjoyed it. And then last but not least, I got the Third Eye cover for If Destruction Be Our Lot. This is exclusive to them. We see the Washington Monument there, and then Abraham Lincoln, who, if you've been to the Washington Monument, he has his own little monument on the side, and it's cool seeing him kind of like get up from it and look at the monument. So super dope. Great experience, to be honest. It's been a while since I've been to a signing there. The last signing there that I went to was like almost 10 years ago. It was when I was a kid, I would say, with my family, and we stood in line for not as long as this time, to be honest. And unfortunately, it was super rainy that day, so I was standing in the rain under an umbrella, of course, but like it was like 30 minutes of just cold. Um, but after that, we got in. It was good. I think the line, to be honest, if I'm being honest, the line was moving super slow. But that's because some people, I think, were probably taking more time than they should. I'm not sure. I mean, regardless, what Third Eye does is they offer two options. You can either be VIP or you can be regular. And for VIP people, I guess because they're paying, you probably want to have a better experience or have a longer experience, so that makes sense. But it does take quite some time. I personally thought we were going to get through it in 30 minutes because in my head, I think everyone's going to be like me, just be like, hey, what's up, and then get through it. But I understand everyone has different interactions. So regardless, I had a fun time. I was underestimating the amount of time to wait, though. I genuinely thought it was going to be like an in and out kind of thing, but it was more so like an hour or two that I stood there, which is fine. It was a great experience. Everyone there was super dope. To be honest, the store is so big that there's so much to look at while you're online, like in the line. Um, but yeah, I won't say I didn't have fun. I really do wish it was sunny though. I feel like that could have changed the experience fully. Because that way, I wouldn't have been so bundled up. I would have felt more free. I didn't want my comics to get wet, so I was like holding on to them. Just a bunch of different things that could have changed based on the weather, and that's out of their control. So I completely understand. There is a signing coming soon. I think it's next weekend for Batman Volume 1. Matt Fraction is going, and I thought about going, but I know they're going to show out, like, fully. That one's probably going to be crowded. Um, and I don't know if I have it in me to stand 2 more hours, because I wasn't on time, and I don't think I can wake up early enough to go there. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll give it some time. I'll sit on it, and I'll think about it, and maybe I will go, but I genuinely want to just because Matt Fraction is Matt Fraction. His run has been so good, so we'll see, like, what type of mood I'm in. But in the topic of Batman, I got some variant covers for issue number 20. I then mentioned to you guys that I went overboard, so I got some of the variants that I ordered. This one is by Gerald Perel. You see it here. All the Robins in their mech suits. This one's super cool by Javier Fernandez, who was the artist in DCKO. We haven't seen his iteration of Batman, so this one's cool. I think that one was exclusive to Night Comics, and then the other one I think was exclusive to Unknown Comics. And this one is done by Miguel Mercado. It's also an Unknown Comics exclusive. I thought this one was cool, just the way that he draws Batman. I think it's dope, and then you see the Robins on the side. And then this one I had to get. This is a David Nakayama one. I have the Wonder Woman one, so I'm only missing the Superman one, but I had to get this for my collection. So 4 variants for Absolute Batman. And now we can jump on to the haul. Okay, so I'm going to keep this quick and concise. I'm going to talk through each book here, give you a thumbs up, give you a thumbs down. I won't go in depth, but there will be spoilers, so please be aware. Deathstroke, the Terminator, issue number 3. We continue with Deathstroke trying to get revenge on who killed Wintergreen. We do get a crazy cliffhanger at the end that makes you think, like, it's Deathstroke right in the head. Has something happened? But yeah, cool fights with Deadshot and Deathblow. Very action-heavy issue. I enjoyed it. I think this book is fun so far. Thumbs up for me. World's Finest, issue number 51. Another fun book. This book focuses more on, I don't know if it's like something that takes place in the past or maybe like an off-world kind of like out-of-continuity story, but it's a team-up between Batman, Robin, which I believe is Dick Grayson, who's underneath the Robin suit, and Superman. They go into, it kind of feels like the Savage Land. I forgot what they call it. It's in the Savage Land that they're there. And they're trying to rescue 2 people who have gone through 2 different paths. One of them has become a hero in this land, and this other person has become a villain. And now they have to kind of team up and destroy the villain or take him down because he's kind of trying to take over this whole civilization. It sounds crazy. It's a fun book, though. The art is so good. Adrian Gutierrez, I have to show you because I really think Adrian Gutierrez is going to be a main artist in some book going forward. Look at this. Just look at the world building. It's insane. And that's just a tiny page. Let me show you something better. There's one with the dinosaur in the beginning where you're like, whoa, like this. This is crazy. I could really see him draw like a Wonder Woman series and he would do great. But yeah, super good book. The talent here is involved is like thumbs up. Mark Waid, Adrian Gutierrez, stellar creative team, and they've been killing it on this book. So, thumbs up. Punisher issue number 4. I'm starting to get a little tired of Jigsaw. I mean, this kind of like thumbs up because we have so much progression. He's finally quit that microchip in his brain, so now he can go all out if he wants to. But Jigsaw is causing mayhem, and at the end they come face to face. So for sure, next issue we should get the climax, and I think we'll be done with Jigsaw. But it's been fun. I did see an art change that happened throughout the issue. Didn't feel very jarring, and that's like my one of my pet peeves. I hate when there's two different artists that work on a book and their art styles are so different. This one kind of makes sense. But yeah, I thought it was good. Nothing crazy, but thumbs up for me. I know a lot of people hate this book, and I'm not sure why. I personally enjoy it. It's Wonder Woman issue 35. I understand the hate. I get it. I think Tom King has a way to write a book. He loves to do internal dialogue and internal feelings rather than like an actual dialogue, and that happens a lot here. But I think it works. I love the relationship that Cassie has with her mom and Steve Trevor. And I like how Wonder Woman is so like determined to defeat the matriarch. She makes it feel like this is a big deal, right? So I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. So thumbs up for me. The art is great in this book as always. Daniel Sampere killing it. Lobo issue number 3. Very out there issue. It's kind of like a one-shot thing, but honestly, every single issue of Lobo has been this one-shot thing. So I feel like that's the gimmick of this. Like each month, you'll get a new adventure of him, and it makes it feel like Golden Age comics in a way. I like it. I think Scotty Young has a voice that makes sense for Lobo. We do have a filler artist, guest artist, I would say. Definitely not filler. Nicoletta Ballardi, I think is her name. Her art style very different from Jorge Corona, but it works. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun issue. We focused on this younger version of Lobo in this like never before seen story of him, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. So definitely, if you like fun, if you want to have like a crazy out there book, that's one of them. Thumbs up for me. G.I. Joe issue 22. We're finally back on it. It feels like it's been a while since we've gotten an issue post Dreadnought War, but that's because the last issue was that silent issue, so it doesn't really kind of like record in your brain, right? But this one was fun. We get separated, like different teams are doing different things, and I think it's the Baroness and Risk and someone else. They're sent to fight, and Destro is actually the other person, and they're coming across this person. I think his name is Crystal Ball, but he has the Energon, and it's powering him to create these constructs, which we shall see what happens next issue. But it looks like these constructs take shape of your biggest fear, so we'll probably see some psychological warfare there. Yeah, it was fun. I like it. We don't have the regular artists in this book, but still the art was good. Thumbs up for me. Nightwing 138, Dan Watters, Dennis Cohen, great team. They're taking Nightwing into like horror, and we've never seen him like that. At least I haven't. And this superhighway that they built in Bloodhaven, you're starting to see that it's kind of the catalyst of many things that are happening around the city. And I like how the story arc is called Bloodhaven Lore, because that's literally what you get every single month. You're getting more and more lore, and Starfire makes an appearance here. It makes sense why she's here. We also see Barbara Gordon and what's happening with her. I thought it was just a much needed book to kind of ground Nightwing, and to kind of like be anticipated of what's to come, and that's potential consequences for that accident he was involved in. So excited for this. It's been fun. Dan Watters and Dennis Cohen have been killing it in this story arc. Next is Venom 258. In concept, I think it's fun. It's good to see Mary Jane and Peter talk. We all love them. We're fans of them. We wish they had some sort of more interaction. It feels like a tease from Marvel for sure to be like, here you guys go, since you love to beg and ask us for this. So we get that. We see them interact. This is post Death Spiral, and obviously Mary Jane. She's not like as impacted as I would have thought. I really thought she was gonna be thrown off. I thought she was gonna be fully like taken back by what she did. But I think she feels like that was correct, and it was a means to an end, right? So not much from the Torment thing, to be honest. If anything, this is very much a catch-up book, and Mary Jane is catching up Peter on like her previous run on All New Venom. All those 10 issues, she kind of like paraphrases to him, and he catches her up on like the thing with Hellgate. So it's a good issue for the people who just jumped onto this book because they're getting a lot of context. But if you've been here since day one and been reading this series for a while, it does feel like a lot of repetitive things that are packaged through like a dialogue between her and Peter. So nothing of substance between them when they interact. It seems like Flash might be a potential love interest for her going forward, but that's not really like secured here. She keeps brushing it off, so it makes you think that maybe she's not even going to pursue that. So we'll see. I like the book, but I like the book when it's doing its own thing. This is kind of like a filler issue, to be honest. Definitely something to catch up new readers on. So Venom, for me, unfortunately gets a thumbs down this month. Art is great, though, but yeah, just felt very unnecessary, at least for longtime readers of the series. Next is Super Creep Show, issue number 3. This is an Image anthology book. You get some good stories here, typically, but this month I felt like they really went out there with the story. It's typically supposed to be like a commentary, like a horror commentary on superheroes and like how they become superheroes can be depicted as horror rather than like actiony and stuff. The first 2 issues kind of did a parody of like, I think it was Superman and Spider-Man's origin. This one focuses on like very out there concepts. It was about this guy who used to be a hero, and he comes into this civilization and he thinks he's helping them, but in reality he creates this monster. And then the second story, I'm having such a hard time remembering the second story. The second story is about this guy who makes a wish, and he has to kill to get that wish granted, and he cannot stop killing once he does it, and that kind of pushes him over the edge because killing once is like horrific, but that once kind of breaks the seal, and then it becomes meaningless to you. So that it was a commentary on that and like how people can easily lose themselves once they push themselves over that limit. So it was okay, interesting, visually like beautiful story. So I would say in between. Super Creep Show number 3. X-Men United number 3. I'm so sorry. I really am, because I was writing so hard for Extraordinary X-Men. I think that's what it was called. Eve Ewing's last X-Men series. I really, really enjoy it. This one, not so much. The art is really not up to standards, I think, for like a monthly X-Men book. Let's be honest. Like, it really does not feel like it's like stellar art. And the reason why I say this is because, you know, we have David Marquez on the other book, Netho Diaz here, and I'm trying to find like a good page. I just feel like the facial expression, something about it just does not feel like it takes art to the next level. And that's disappointing because this book in concept, it can be so good, right? Let's take it back to the basics. Let's discuss the school and build up these mutants. But it doesn't really do that. For some reason, we're trying to show that the mutants can work well with Captain America. We go into this silly story where it's like him trying to make amends. And at the end, he really doesn't make amends. We meet a very generic mutant. I'm sorry if that's disrespectful, but like a lot of the stories are looking like the same. There's only so many like backgrounds you can give mutants, and for it to be fresh, it seems like we've seen this before, right? And it seems like we've seen it recently in Uncanny X-Men. So very forgettable. I am having such a hard time connecting with these new characters, and I think as a longtime X-Men fan, it really pushes me away from a series where I don't really know much of the characters. Jitter, she's the character out of the all Uncanny X-Men team that I cannot connect with. I just don't even know what she does. Like, does she phase in and out? Like, what does she do? Then from Kitty's team, the only person I really like is Bronze. I don't like Axo. I don't like, I forgot her other name as well. They just haven't connected with me like that, and they're trying so hard to push these characters to be like the next big thing. And we all know that once the X Men gets a new writer, they're gonna be pushed to the side, and this happens all the time, unfortunately, right? A writer is always want to create something and make their own character, but unfortunately, when you push it like this to the forefront and then undermine all the other X-Men characters in the book that we've known and loved for years, it does feel a little disrespectful, I'm not gonna lie. So I haven't been enjoying it. I'm sadly gonna drop this series, and it sucks because it has Kitty, Emma, Iceman, characters that I truly do enjoy, but I just know that this book is not gonna give them their flowers. Like, it's really not even focusing on them like that. So yeah, unfortunately for me, this overpromised a lot in concept, but in execution, it's been disappointing. So, thumbs down on X Men United. Next is Psy Dimensional Rivals, another book that in concept I thought was good. Initially started really good, but the conclusion was okay. It kind of hints that her story is going to continue. Visually, though, a masterpiece. You do get some of those great big artists back. There's some panels here that look crazy in a good way. So visually, I would recommend this book, but story, there really isn't much substance here. A very like, I don't want to say generic plot, but it's her essentially collecting these stones, and that's pretty much it. Like, the actual like fun parts are her hopping through these different dimensions, as you can see here, and I think that's the selling point. So if you're a fan of good art, definitely get this in the collected edition. But like, regarding a whole package story art kind of thing, I think it's very middle of the road. Okay. Next is Superman Unlimited, issue number 13. I thought this was another unfortunate one. Unfortunately, I enjoyed the previous issues, and I'm glad we're focusing on John. But this one is like a typical Dan Slott type of issue where we kind of go out there. We have this super chimp that comes in, and he's misunderstood, causing mayhem initially, and they kind of like calm him down, and that's pretty much it. I don't understand what they're doing with younger John. I don't really get how he can stay in the modern timeline and they be okay with it. Like, that's the reason why like the present John is wearing a mask, because he doesn't want to cause fear in the younger John, right? But like, how's everyone okay with that? I thought people would be questioning like, oh, why is Spider-Man, Superman young all of a sudden? Like, I don't understand. So yeah, we'll see if I keep on reading this book, but disappointing this month. I would give it a thumbs down. But the art inside is good. Lucas Meyer, great artist. Okay, we should be quick for the next ones. Reborn, Ultimate Impact, issue number 1. Um, they threw so many characters and see what sticks, to be honest, and that's how it felt. Maybe there's one or two compelling characters in this book. It is not connected at all to the Ultimate Universe. The only thing that connects it is the origin boxes, and that's it. So disappointing in that aspect. I don't think everyone's gonna last in this book, like in terms of longevity. But the only cool character I would say is the new Wonder Man. But that's pretty much it. So visually, I like it. I thought the story was good too. But yeah, meh, middle of the road. Odin, issue number 1. This was fun. I genuinely liked it, but I think the ending, second part of this book, is definitely so much better than the beginning. I think it starts off slow, builds it up, and then it goes crazy. And when it goes crazy, it's like, whoa. The best way to describe this is Midsummer's meets like The Green Room, which is like a horror film, I believe, that deals with Nazis. But yeah, very crazy. A lot of political themes. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. The mystery that they like set up, crazy. So thumbs up. Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon, issue number 4. Very unnecessary. To be honest, it didn't feel like what they were hyping it up to be. They were saying it was going to lead up to Armageddon, but I think Captain America has done so much more than the series to build up to Armageddon, so thumbs down, unfortunately. In the grand scheme of things, very unnecessary. Narco, issue number 4. I believe, yes, I think so, is issue number 4. But this might be the penultimate issue to it. A lot of things get revealed. It's very fun. I like the interactions between characters. Very compelling. It's just been a fun book. So definitely get on this. One more issue before we finish this series. So thumbs up for me. Very fun. If I had to have a pick of the week, I am convinced it's definitely this one. Such a good book. Art, incredible. Story, very compelling. It's about like these oilsmen and like oil salesmen. Yeah, oil salesmen, people who drill oil. There's like a tall tale that they tell people and their kids and their family about how this monster can come in and get you and completely like either tear you apart, kill you, whatever. If you get too greedy with digging into the oil, right? A lot of families who have gained their wealth from oil digging and they've done it at like grave measures, they typically disappear because of this creature. So he keeps a check on these people, right? But a lot of the time, people don't believe that this creature exists because whoever has come in contact with them, they disappeared. So that's why it's kind of considered like a tall tale, like what do they call it? Like a campfire story. And we meet a character here who she's clearly going through her problems with like actual people that she's worked with, and she's trying to escape them. She goes and sees her grandma, and her grandma seems to have been infected by this creature because she has like oil all over her, right? And the girl is shocked because people said that like if you get infected or touched by this creature, you are experiencing the worst pain you ever felt in your life. So why is the grandma being targeted is the big question. You know, it kind of shapes you to believe that only like bad people are targeted by this. So why is it all of a sudden kind of targeting this old lady, right? So that's where the mystery comes in. But I thought everything was so good, the way that it was built. There's not much dialogue in this issue, but the first 2 pages are like a book, so you get a lot of dialogue there and backstory. So yeah, just very impressed by this. It was honestly my pick of the week, I think. Absolute Flash. Fun. I enjoy the art. Nick Robles being back is great. You don't know how much you miss him until he's gone, and I'm glad he's back. I hope he's able to keep up a couple of issues, and then we can get another guest run by Haining. But yeah, I thought it was fun, really shaping up to bring us new characters. They're hinting at the Atom, they're hinting at potentially Cyborg, so we'll see what it brings us. It's been fun. Absolute Green Arrow. Very political in that sense. I cannot say it's not political. It talks a lot and it kind of parallels like the modern news a lot. Like the Jeffrey Epstein Island that gets addressed here. There's a lot of other things that kind of does similar to modern news, but it's very much about like a Robin Hood story at its core, right? Robin Hood was always trying to take from the rich to feed the poor, and in its like root, that's what this is. And we know, if you haven't read Absolute Evil, that Ollie's dead, and it talks about this, but it's also kind of a mystery, like who's underneath the mask. There's a couple of people that they're saying potentially could be under the mask, and it could be one of them, or it could be all of them, right? We don't know. Dinah is the one that's tasked with kind of figuring out who this man is, and we'll see. Honestly, I thought it was good. Really lays the groundwork for what's to come, and I enjoyed it. Visually by Raphael Albuquerque, perfect artist for this, just great. So enjoy that. Sirens Love Hurts, issue number 4, the final issue of this miniseries. I can't say this is like the best thing ever, but it's definitely fun. If you know what to expect, then I think it should be fun. But don't go into this book thinking you're gonna get like the most compelling mystery. That's not what this is giving you. I think if it gives you anything, it's just like a glimpse of like a potential wedding between Dinah and Ollie, and just some fun art by Babs Tarr and fun interaction between characters. But story wise and mystery wise, very generic. So middle of the road for me. The art is what takes it up, but nothing crazy, right? It's not like you would die if you don't read this. Rogue issue number 5. Unfortunately, I think they kind of pin themselves into a corner in this series. She like is trying to atone for one of her sins in the past, and for some reason she's so like, I need to do it. I need to do it. If I don't do it, I don't feel right. She makes Gambit use the Eye of Agamotto to get this person's location, And it doesn't make sense because in Uncanny X-Men, she's been so like adamant about him not using it at all. And now for like the minorest thing, she's like, okay, let's do it. I feel like she could have Googled it, you know? I don't know. I think it was very unnecessary for her to use it. I personally did not understand. Honestly, like as the series goes on, you're like, oh, I hope that person doesn't accept her apology because she genuinely destroyed his life. And it would be really dumb for them to be like, oh, I accept your apology. And he doesn't, which makes sense, but they kind of push themselves into a corner because, like, that doesn't make Rogue seem so heroic, does it, right? The fact that she's not getting her apology accepted. She takes care of his medical bills and stuff, but I feel like the conclusion to it, which there was only one way they could have handled it, they did, and it didn't feel like a reward of you being along this ride for these 5 issues, right? It feels very unnecessary. It honestly, like, you start where you began because nothing really comes out of this. She just feels remorse, and that's pretty much it. So, disappointed by it, unfortunately, and it's a thumbs down for me. Okay, I said it wasn't going to be long, and now I'm like gapping again. Okay, real quick. New Teen Titans, issue 35. Fun. We finally get the setup for the team to come, and it looks like it's going to be Nightwing and Cyborg leading these new Titans. I thought it was a fun issue. Yeah, nothing bad to complain there. Thumbs up for me. Battle Beast, we finally got the ending and the resolution of the battle between him and those twins. I believe their names are Juggernaut and Colossus, I think. Regardless, they get defeated in an underwhelming fashion, to be honest, but we've seen them fight throughout these first couple of issues, so it doesn't matter. I thought there was some good heart in this for sure, and it's kind of hinting at a bigger conflict at hand, so thumbs up for me. The Amazing Spider-Man number 29, we finally get the debut of Spore. I thought this was a fun issue. Having Pete Woods on the art is so good. They really need to focus on getting Pete Woods on like a monthly basis because he is doing some great work on this issue. And you can see it here. He kind of has this sparring session with Daredevil, but I personally love the art for this. I think Pete Woods really took it to the next level, and I hope he's the next artist as well for this next issue with Spore. Thumbs up for me. Catwoman number 87, she continues her battle with Black Mask. Black Mask has started to target her family as well. And yeah, I thought this was fun. The art is good. This book always kind of drags me in when I'm thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna drop it. It always has a good chapter, and I'm like, okay, I'm back in. And this was a good chapter. Batwoman. This one actually was my favorite issue of the series. I thought we got some compelling story here. You definitely have to know some context of Batwoman. I don't think you can jump on the series and really know what's going on. Pick up the compact edition that just got released. You know, definitely do your Google research to figure out like who she's been romantically linked with in the past, like who's her sister and all of that. But if you know a good amount of information, you're going to enjoy this. I thought this was good. She's kind of acting up, and we are not sure why. Even Batman kind of gets dragged into this at one point. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I thought this was good. Inglorious X-Force issue number 5. Good angel-centric issue. Them bringing Mr. Sinister and making him a complete like layup was crazy. Nothing much happens this issue. I'm kind of getting so bored of that storyline of like, oh, someone's gonna kill Kamala down the line. They're saying that again, but now they're like, oh, maybe it's not supposed to be one of us, but rather one of us, like one of the X-Men. So it could be anybody. I just thought it was crazy. Yeah, I'm over it, to be honest. Like, I'm dropping this series as well. I gave it a shot. I love the team. It's just not hitting like I thought it would. And then we come to the Fantastic Four, issue number 11. For some reason, it's supersized. We get a story regarding the future of the Future Foundation. It's very The Thing-centric, where I genuinely think nothing much happens, if I'm being honest. The art on it is so underwhelming. I never want to say that because I know that I can't draw 2 sticks to save my life, but compared to what we get with Humberto Ramos, this just does not feel the same. It does not. And yeah, I didn't really like the story much. I think Humberto Ramos really adds a charm to these characters, and he makes Ryan North's artwork similar with Gavin Godry. Here, I thought we were kind of missing that heart that comes from the art. So, thumbs down for me. Hopefully, next issue is good. But yeah, that was it for me, guys. I kind of went on a tangent, really went and yapped about some of these titles, but let me know what you thought on the comics this week. Let me know which one was your favorite. Did you enjoy Off the Earth as much as I did, or were you more into Odin? Definitely let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.